Thanks for watching my video. Yesterday, I made a video with this thing right here, shooting tree logs over here and hitting vehicles and other props here. And I got a lot of comments, I got a few comments, and then I got a couple emails about how do you do that? And is it difficult to do? Well, in terms of BeamNG, it's one of the easier things, in my opinion, to do. And the way that I power the logs, and I'll put a link to the video down in the description, is with rivers. You can change the flow dynamics of a river. So if you look here and you can see it's got an arrow on the top, right here you can see flow magnitude physics. The first one is set to 10, the second one is set to 40, and the third one is set to 50. So when you drop something in there, it's going to start off slow, get faster, faster, and faster. So what I've done is I set up let's say I got a car here and these water cannons. I got these water cannons here, and then over here I have a car and a river set up here. Right here I have a really long one with guardrails on. This will give you an idea of how fast you can use rivers to get something to go. That bus will get up to about 1,300 miles an hour to right there. But it's going to rip the bus apart. And you got to put guardrails on when you get up to high speeds because you have to keep it going straight. And then in this one here is another example, and I'll show you about that. Each one represents a unique idea that you can do with rivers. So first, let me show you how you do it, how you make them. So the first thing you want to do is press F11, bring open the world editor, click on the river editor up here at the top, and try to get everything going in a straight line. Press A, Alt, and we're going to use this line right here. Oh, we're on another one. And then get it going in a straight line. And you can see it has an arrow in the middle, and that represents the direction of the flow. If you have one that's red and one that's white, you want to press Control A until they both turn white. And then come over here and you can adjust the width. That's at 10. We can make it 1, or we'll put it back to 10. And over here it says nod depth, and that's how you can control the depth. A 1 would make it very shallow, and a 5 will make it very deep. And right here is flow magnitudes, and that's how you control the thrust of the river. So that's how you make it. So let's delete this one. So let's start with this one right here. This one's highlighted, and you can see the first one is 25, then 50, 75, and then the last stretch is 150. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, and let's spawn to this car, and let's go ahead and drive through here. And I want to show you, and I put an airspeed indicator and not a miles per hour indicator, because a lot of times the wheels will leave the ground and you'll lose your speedometer. So with an airspeed indicator, you get a true representation of how fast everything's going. And one thing I want to tell you is this river is right side up. So when you enter it, you're going to get the effect of splash, which is a particle. And there's a way over here that we're going to talk about how to get rid of that particle. But on this one, you're going to get the splash when you enter it. And we'll cover that in greater detail again over there with those water pipes. So let's go ahead and go through this one first. Let's see if I can control this car while I go through here. So that's the first one, 25, 50. Let me slow this down, 75. And here comes 150. Now you can see the front end's broken. I still got control of it though. I want to try to hit this ramp up here, this thing. Start to get back to normal speed. So you can see that got me up to about 160 miles an hour. So like I said, it's a very good way to accelerate a car. But if you enter the river, you're going to see that you're in a river if you're behind it. If you get off to the side and pan out a little bit, you won't know. The splash you see that you're seeing is when the vehicle is going between two sections of the river. Like you got this one right here, that's the lowest speed, which is set at 25, and the second one is set at 50. So that's the splash that you see. So that's one good way. I want to give you, with this example with the bus, this will give you an idea of the incredible speeds that you can achieve. Again, if you want to make the river disappear, we'll cover that over there. The little VW ramp. This will tell you how to get rid of this up here. But again, if you don't want to do that, you can make the river very, very, very tall. Put the top of the river way, way, way up in the sky, and that way you can zoom around with your camera and move around. You won't see the watery top here. But anyways, the example of this one is to show you how fast the bus can get up to. It's going to stall because technically the bus is underwater, so the engine's going to stall. Look at that, 465 miles an hour already. 900, it's got one more to go, I think. No, that's it. So it should get up to close to 1,300 miles an hour. Nope, there's the last one. 1,350 miles an hour. Yeah, it's still going 900 miles an hour. Still going 650 miles an hour. Still sliding at 500. Look at that. Still going. So anyways, those accelerate, and let's look at the acceleration of each one. 25, I think it goes 25, 50, 75, 100, and then down here it really starts to ramp up. 250, 350, 450, and then the last one is another 450. I think that one should have been 500. 450. And the last section, 550. 550. So about 550. So 550 on flow magnitude will get you to about 1,300 miles an hour. That's pretty incredible. But at those speeds, you have to put some kind of a railing on there to keep the vehicle straight. Now you can make a road and put a road here instead of these blocks, or that is a road. Yeah, that is a road technically. And you can highlight that, go to your road, highlight that, and then here you got your sides. If you don't want to see that, you can make it invisible. And just go here and type in glass or type in invisible, INVIS, and just put invisible glass there. Glass and glass. Always go to edit, rebuild collision. Anytime you make changes, F11, and then that way nobody would ever know that you have walls or barriers to keep your vehicle straight. As a matter of fact, let's hit F11 and let's do the same thing with this one. Glass invisible, invisible, invisible. Always get into the habit. It's not necessary this time, but for the sake of the video, we'll rebuild collision. F11, J. Now I'm not doing anything. I don't even have my hand on the steering wheels because that bus is inside those two walls. think I broke BeamNG. 1,000. There it goes. Amazing. So, let's go to the next one. Here we are at this Volkswagen. So let me show you what the cool thing about this setup is. See how you can see the top of the river? You can get rid of that. Well, you're not getting rid of it, but you're just doing a trick. We're going to highlight our river tool and look at the river here. It's upside down. You see the nodes when you highlight this one? The little red dot is on the top. And over here, let me slow my speed down. It's on 100. No wonder I can't control it. When you look at this one, see how they're on the bottom? Here's the secret. Turn them over. Let's put this one back to the right way. So we're going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to the other end. Let's go the same direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say you just made this river. And you don't want the top of it to be seen like that. You can turn it over and hide that. And the way you do it is make your river and then highlight one side at a time. Come up here and highlight the rotation snap and put it on 45 and just count your number of turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the other side, highlight that one, and go do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime you make changes, edit, rebuild collision, let it finish, F11, and go back to your vehicle. And now look. Now, when you go through it, you're still going to see that you're in a river. For example, if you go down here, you're still going to see that you're inside of a river. But when you're making your video, you can kind of go around it. And you don't see the top of a river. So let's run this through here. And oh, J, F11. What's the flow dynamic set on this river? At 75. So there's not going to be a gradual transition of power. This is just going to be just straight power to 75, which should be enough that this Volkswagen could handle that. So let's see what we can do here. So I got up to 165 miles per hour there. So 75 flow magnitude will get you up to about 160 miles an hour. Look at that, 150, 157. I mean, it might get more because I didn't make this long enough. So no, looks like it's gonna peak at around 165. So yeah. So flow magnitude of 75 will get you about 160 miles per hour. Let's pause that and go to the other side here. See how this looks. Beautiful. So again, if you want to make so that you don't see the top of it, you can snap it over using the 45 tool. Let me get rid of some of these views. So here, it's the same thing. You're just using water as a water cannon. You can do that too. You can use a river for that. So let's hit F11 and I'll show you how I built them. So let's come up here and go to the river tool and highlight our river. Look how tall the river is. The reason I put the river so tall is so that you won't see the top of the river. So let's highlight while we're on that river, hit Control A. They both nodes turn white. And then you can come over here and see the settings. Node width is only 0.5, half of 1. And the depth is 30. And the reason it's like that is so that you can be down here making your video and you'll never see the top of the river. But if you go through it, you're going to see that you're underwater. You'll see a little flash. You can get rid of that, but that's a different video. Oh, and the flow magnitude on the first one is 5. It goes by 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, or I'm sorry, 25, and then 40, 75, and that's the last one is 75. Or sorry, 40. Yeah, 40 and 70. Okay. And the water you see coming out are particle emitters. So just click the plus sign and then add a particle. It's going to be these sparks by default. And then highlight that. And then come over here to emitter. That splashy water you see coming out right there is number 23. And let's highlight one of these. I don't remember what I put that at. 50. So let's highlight this and put it at 50. Now you can see it's blasting straight up. So we're going to press J and freeze it. We're on our 45 snap tool. Press number 2 on your keyboard and snap that thing. 1, 2. Press J, and now it's shooting out that way. And you can see this one looks a little bit thinner than that one. So you can see I put 5 of them just by shift, grab, and drag. Shift, click, drag. Shift, click, drag. And just keep doing that. And that's how you get those. So now we're going to drive a vehicle through here. And the pipes and these are all from back here in BeamNG. Except for these. These came from Art, Shape, Objects, Modular, Metal Roof. Anyways, it's in here in the asset browser. Down here somewhere. It's not part of GridMap V2. Quarter mile, garage, dealership, modular metal roof. Right there. That's where I found that at. All right, so let's do F11. Now, for the sake of this video, if you wanted... Oops, let's get rid of this guy. We don't need him anymore. And we can get rid of these walls too. We don't need them anymore. F11. Let's go back. Okay. So we're going to pan out a little bit. So the rivers start right here. So if I was making a video for YouTube and I went along the edge here, you'd never see it. But again, if you get behind a vehicle and go through, you're going to see little blue flickers of light. So let's see how it works out. They get progressively more powerful as it goes. Let's see if we back up into the water, if it'll push it. I'm not sure where those rivers end at. Let's go into the more powerful one over here. All right, I'm not sure where those rivers, how far down they go. So let's click on our river tool and highlight that. Okay, they stop right there. So you probably want to extend these rivers over a bit more. So that once they blow off the ramp, they continue to be affected. And we'll do this one. That's about where they're going to get, the vehicle will get blown off. Control S to save. Let that finish. Edit. Rebuild collision. Let that finish. F11. Press R. Let's try this again. There we go. That looks better. That's what I wanted. Hey, it can still drive. Let's see if I can get back around there somehow. Drive through there one more time. Yeah, it does. Shift C to get away from the vehicle. No, no, no. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Let's try this one more time. Actually, you know what? Let's go over here and go this way. Let's press F7. Control R to reset the vehicle in that spot. Let's drive into that 75 and see what it does. Awesome. Let's do one more thing. Let's see if we can get through that water with speed. Absolute speed. Let's see how this works. I made it. Anyways, there's some really cool examples for how you use water. There's a lot that you can do. You're only limited by your imagination on what you can do with rivers and flow magnitudes. So I hope this video explains it. And thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.